Good afternoon, sir. How you doing?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
Doing excellent, thank you. Are you feeling better? How much that bye week help everything heal up?
The bye week helped out a lot. I'm good to go.
Now, your quarterback has a calf strain, and we've already established that you have hurt everything on the body at some point. So I'm sure you've strained a calf. Power rank it. Where does that fit in with the other body parts?
I'm not sure I strained the calf. I can't remember if I strained the calf or not. No, I don't think so.
Oh. Is that – how many parts of the lower body have you not hurt? Everybody's done a hammy, right? And you've done a quad, I'm sure.
I've done a hammy and a quad, yep.
Feet, ankles.
Yep.
What about like a glute? Have you heard of glute?
Nah, I haven't. Not a glute. Not a glute.
No glutes.
Now, Amari, I don't know if you heard it. I don't want to make it all about injuries, but it was interesting, watching the sounds of the sidelines from the Patriots game. Your teammates were talking about how much of a warrior you've been fighting through different stuff. What allows you to do that, you think, and continue to play it at a high level? And do you see that as something that's just about being a football player, or is there something different about the way you can still get it done?
Actually, I haven't saw that the sounds of the sideline from the Patriots game, but you said, what does it say about me?
Yeah. What's that say about you that you're getting the respect of other football players? And these are other tough guys who play through injuries too, and even they're like blown away. Like, man, Amari's a warrior is the exact quote. I forget the name of the guy.
I believe it was Anthony Brown said it to Micah Parsons, and it was was that fourth down? Was that fourth quarter? The slant.
Yeah.
You caught the ball, and AB was telling Micah, he's like, I forgot all your injuries, but he's like ankle and knee or whatever, and he's like, that dude is a warrior.
Yeah. Well, I can only tell you the reason why I choose to play through everything if I can. I just want to be great. Like, I want to be like, when it's all said and done, I want to be the best player that I could possibly be, and I know the only way to do that is you have to put up those numbers, because that's what people not going to, like, when you done playing, people not going to go back and watch every single game you played in. They going to go by the numbers. And so I know I have to put up some really good numbers. And so that's part of the reason why I choose to play through everything. Obviously, another reason is to ensure that we have the best chances at winning. And so that's why I choose to play. Also, because I know what I can do on the field. So,
as a former receiver, I like that you put the winning second right after the stats. I can appreciate that. That's good.
Nah, I'm just being honest. Like,
you're always honest, man. You're too honest. All right, hey Amari, you're our inside guy. CD got fined $10,000. Did you have to walk up and put your arm around him and tell him it's okay? I mean, tell us the reaction. And I guarantee you, I bet you he came up to you and said, with that letter in hand, and started talking to you about it, right? Did he?
Yeah, he always talking. Man, the thing about CD, I've never seen a player so young get fined so much. I think he's gotten fined. He's gotten fined like every week this year, I think. I'm like, and it's very confusing to me, because I'm like, yo, like, do you like money? Like, do you like getting paid for playing this game, or you must just love playing the game? Because I mean, he get fined every week. I don't understand, but I mean, as long as he's having fun out there, then I'm good. So.
Is it the uniform violations? Because he's kind of got the college half shirt thing kind of working. Is it he always gets fined for something on his uniform?
It's always uniform violations.
Yeah.
Like, it's always if it's not, it's a uniform violation like every week or almost every week.
Yeah.
And the fines are pretty significant. Like, it's crazy. But if it's not a uniform violation, he's usually doing something like on the field, like the waving, which was obviously that was ridiculous. But him coming from college where you can still kind of crack back, he got a couple of those. So, he's been getting like little nitpicky stuff, but hey, I think he'll learn sooner or later.
Yeah, but were you saying that was ridiculous that he did it, or it's ridiculous that they got fined?
No, it was ridiculous that he got fined for it.
Yeah, it seemed like Mills was talking to him all game, and they kind of had a friendly back and forth, and a smile and a wave cost you $10,000. Any word on what Mills was doing to get that kind of a reaction?
Just talking trash.
Do you think CD can fight? Because we got the audio when he's waving at him. He was saying, "What are you going to do?" Like those are fighting words. Do you think that CD can fight?
Man,
Okay,
of course.
Okay.
Of course, he got that dog in him. So everybody who got that dog in him could throw some hands. So yeah.
It's Amari Cooper here on 105 through the Fan. So I have to ask, do you have that dog in you? Can you get after a little bit?
Come on, man. I used to box, so.
Okay. I didn't know about that.
Nothing.
Was that what age? What kind of accomplishment?
Yeah, middle school.
When's the last time you had to beat somebody up, or not? Maybe not even full beat somebody up. Just kind of put somebody in their place.
High school for sure.
Was that on or off the field?
On the field.
What'd they do? What was the reason that you had to hurt someone?
Just talking like they were bigger than what they were. Like it was funny. Like, yeah.
So do you like to go to fights when you have time? Are you a guy that the pay-per-view stuff and all that? I mean, can you sit down and do a podcast on boxing or something like that? Is that kind of a fan you are?
I won't say I'm like an expert at boxing because I haven't been in that that space in a long time. But I went to the Canelo fight, his last fight. It was actually here at AT&T. Yeah, I went there. It was a very cool experience.
Did you go compete in boxing and stuff like that?
No, I grew up in a boxing gym. Like, we had a boxing gym right by my house. It was the PAL. I don't know if you know what PAL is, the Police Athletic League. They have this they have different sports you can join that are a part of PAL. A lot of people who grew up in inner cities know what I'm talking about. But yeah, we had a boxing gym there. I used to train a lot there, but I never fought like a official fight. But I did a lot. I trained so much and I sparred a lot. But the thing is, they wanted me to stop playing football because they thought I had so much potential.
Wow.
So I was like, nah. Like if I would have started boxing before football, then maybe the love would have been different. It would have superseded football. But I started playing football first.
So what Gavin was asking about your toughness, do you think that's where you got your start with your toughness? With the boxing? Man, that ain't easy to do.
I mean, it was easy to do for me. Like, like you get hit, but they don't really, like your adrenaline running so much. You don't really feel it. You just in that competition mode. Like when you're a competitor, you don't really you just focusing on the competition as opposed to getting hit. Yeah.
It's Amari Cooper here on The Fan. When you see the next opponent on the schedule, do you automatically know who the corner is that you're going to see most of the game and how that matchup's gone in the past?
Not all the time because I'm not I don't keep up with other teams. I don't keep up with their trades in the off seasons and stuff like that. So sometimes it's new to me. Sometimes, obviously, the bigger name guys,
So it'll be probably Alexander or Breland this weekend, from what I can tell. A couple of Clemson guys. Do you have history with them? Is there something extra on it when it's a Clemson guy or another player from a big college?
Nah, it's never. I'm so far removed from college that I don't even really think about what school someone went to. It could be a cornerback that went to Bama who I didn't play with, and it wouldn't be I wouldn't feel any type of way just because I'm not playing collegiate football right now.
Amari,
it's different.
We're looking for some big stats this weekend because neither one of those guys is very good. I just wanted to tell you that. Do you watch any baseball?
No, I don't. That's one sport I don't know anything about. I don't know anything.
Okay, that's great because my next question was, are you at least familiar with baseball? And the answer to that is no.
No,
so that's great.
I'll tell you why. I always wanted to play baseball, but so growing up, when I started playing sports, I never stopped. I was always in the sport at any given moment. There was never a pause because all the sports I played would overlap. So after football season, basketball would start before football season ended. So when my football season was over, I'd be a week or two late for basketball, and then I would be playing basketball, and then track would start before basketball ended. So when I ended basketball, I'd be a week or two late for track. And so I would always just hop in every sport like that. And I say that to say track was always during baseball season, always. And I was really forced to run track. Like, I didn't really love track, but I was good at it. So the coach would always, like, force me to run. So I was never able to play baseball.
It sounds really tough being so good at so many things.
Yeah.
I can't relate to it, but it sounds like it was a real burden on you. Are you familiar with the word bullpen in baseball? It's where the relief pitchers hang out until one of them has to go into the game. They hang out in the bullpen out in the outfield,
so
right?
I've heard bullpen a lot, but I didn't know that was what it was.
Yeah, so the relief pitchers are sitting down there, and when the starter starts getting in trouble, somebody out there will stand up and they'll start warming up. PETA wants us to change the word bullpen to arm barn because, I don't know, something to do with bowls. I just wanted to get your thought on this really hot topic in the political arena.
I don't know much about it, so I don't really have a comment on it.
Okay, good strategy.
Well, how about a comment on this then? I'm going to ask you, who of your receiving buddies would be the best brother-in-law? If you had a sister and they were married to and one of those receivers was married to your sister, who would be the best brother-in-law out of that group that you work with every day?
All right, so when you say best, I'm just going to go ahead and think about it like the one that I wouldn't have to worry about.
Right.
The responsible,
the
polite,
guy, yeah, he's
not going to do anybody wrong.
At the holidays, man, you're like, hey, when I'm that's my guy right there. I don't have to talk bad about him at all.
Simi, without a doubt.
Simi?
He's a sweetheart.
Listen, you ain't got to worry about Simi. Trust me.
What are you trying to say about Simi?
I mean, he's a Mormon. He's
Honor code.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a fundamentalist. He's a fundamentalist.
So he does everything by the book. He's had a kind of nothing to have to worry about him at all, right?
Nah, you ain't got to worry about him. Trust
Okay.
me.
Well, then who would the guy that you wouldn't want to be your brother-in-law then? How about that?
Everybody else.
Everybody else?
That's Amari Cooper with us. Do people ever tell you sound like Jay-Z? Because they keep texting into the show that you do every time you're on.
Yeah, so I heard that. I was doing another radio type thing like last year, and somebody said that. And then I've heard it a couple other times too.
Could you do like 99 Problems for us, or just your favorite song?
Better boxer, musician, or basketball player?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's well, I'm not a musician, so but boxing and basketball, I would say I was decent at both.
What kind of a basketball player were you? What position?
I played the 1 and 2. I like the 2 better, but coaches always wanted me to play the 1 because no one could ever really take the ball from me.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah.
I like it a lot. At what point did your goal switch from becoming a pro to being one of the greats?
That's a great question.
That's all we do is ask great questions here, Amari. You know that, right?
Every one of them.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was in the 7th grade.
Wow.
I was in the 7th grade, and you always had hope that you'd make it to the league, but when I knew I would make it to the NFL was when we was doing a drill, and I was going against a DB. I was at receiver, and the DB, he just couldn't jam me for nothing, and the coach was getting mad. We had a pretty athletic coach. He was like maybe 30 at the time, and he just got mad, and he got in front of me. He was like, you got to put a hand on him. He's like, this is how you do it. I'm going to show you how to do it. Come on, Coop. And then the quarterback said hi, and I killed him off the line. And he was like, this was before our first game. He was like, oh, like that. He was like, oh, shoot.
Yeah.
He was like, you better do that in the game too. And then that's when I knew I would make it to the league, because I was like, this guy is a grown man, and he's pretty athletic. Like he's always demonstrating drills for us. So if I can do this to him, I know nobody my age could ever guard me, or probably anybody 2, 3, 4 years older than me. That's how I was looking at it. So that's when I knew I would make it to the league. And I guess after I knew I would make it to the league, I guess I would say that I started thinking about not only making it to the league, but just being one of the greats.
Amari, when's the last time you got fined? I'm just thinking about how you say CD gets fined all the time, so it sounds like you try to avoid it. When's the last time you got fined?
That's what I was telling him. Like earlier this week, he was talking about the fine. I'm like, man, listen, I go out there, I don't care what I wear, and because they get fined because they trying to be like swaggy on the field, and I'm like,
Yeah.
that's cool, you know what I'm saying? But I ain't trying to do that. I'm trying to keep all my money in my pocket. Like, but I only got fined once, and it was like for some socks. Like I was wearing too many different colors, trying to do what they doing now.
But never anything in game, just the one fine.
That was in the game, yeah. But then I didn't have to pay anything because usually your first fine you can appeal it, and they usually just waive it.
Oh, that's nice of them.
that is nice of them.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Amari, okay, in your career, have you played in Minneapolis? Probably not much, right? Have you ever made a trip up there for a game?
Worry about to play now?
Yeah, in Minneapolis up there, yeah.
We played there last year.
We played there last year. That's right. The game was last year. My bad.
Great question, Brian.
Great question, Brian. Because I was thinking the game was at home for some reason here, but it was okay. We were talking about the Viking horn. When that Viking horn blows, have you heard that thing before? The big sound that they make when something.
I don't recall. I don't recall.
Well, this is like a terrible line of questioning with me, Amari, and I'm sorry about this because, like I say, my experience with the Viking horn, when they blow this thing, it's this loud horn. There's usually something bad happening to your team. So I say, I was going to tell you, man, whatever you do, avoid the Viking horn.
Avoid the
Viking horn right there. For sure.
Words to live by. Indeed. Amari, thanks so much for your time. It's been amazing once again. And give him hell up there. We'll be pulling for you.
All right, man. We'll do our best. Thank you.
Yes, sir. There he goes, the great Amari Cooper.